Gymshark leveraged socials, created a community with a product, and boom.
Yeah.
They didn't need the buildings that Nike need. They don't need all the costs. They don't have the costs that Nike have.
I remember when they were building it, it's like Gymshark's not only a clothing brand, it's like a movement.
It's a movement.
They moved away from the clothing and then created like a community.
And now we're seeing that as the way forward. And this is why a lot of, no disrespect to any of these other brands, we're seeing Nike struggling. Their sales are down. Again, if you look at stocks, their sales are down. They're making less. Obviously, they're going to start closing stores. They're going to start using partners more and have less. Well, this is what we saw with brands like Toys R Us, bro. No one's on the high street, bro.
Yeah,
no one's on the high street. We're seeing big brands on Oxford Street reduce their footfall, close their branches because there's no footfall.
Some of them will never close though. You know why though?
That's another thing.
Yo, people, welcome back to the Bread and Butter podcast. You're here with myself, Tayo.
And myself, Eman.
And yeah, man, we're live, as you can see, we've got the shorts out, we've got the t-shirts out. Another great day in London.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. Well, you just got one spot. I got one spot here, bro. I want to bust it on camera. I just
don't bust
leave it because I just start bleeding down my face.
Yeah, it's funny. It always happens when like you've got a shoot as well, which is jarring. Like
So
my man said, I've had a 3-week period with just grinding, putting my head down at home, and there's been no spot, nothing. And then when you want to come and film, you got batch recording to do.
Trust me.
I swear, bro. The people get to see us in our authentic selves.
I tell you that, trust me.
And some of you are listening to audio, so thankfully it's not affecting Eman's speech. It's not that big. It's not big. It's not that you need to run to YouTube for, but if you want to run to YouTube for it, do it.
Make sure you like and comment.
Views. Like and comment. Like and comment. But yeah, man. I was glad to be back in the studio with you, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Always. It'd be sick if we could get our convos. I don't know. The other day I had a conversation with Eman, innit? Eman knows that, like, generally speaking, phone calls are long for me. Yeah. But Eman knows on the flip side, I love talking on the phone when I'm driving.
Yeah.
So Eman and I had something to speak about, and I just phoned him when I was on a long drive to Northwest, innit? And whenever we speak on the phone, bro, just speaking to you, I just feel charged when I come off the phone.
Bro.
I just started to activate. I'm even like writing notes on my phone of things that I need to implement. So it just makes too much sense. It's always good to have people that you bounce off of.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's just the synergy, right? It's like, and what we were talking about is something that I'm going into that you're already in. And so I'm letting you know how I'm doing it. And there are things that I'm doing because you've told me to do. And I'm telling you, but I've also discovered these other ways. And you're like, okay, that's a possibility. We can do this, we can do that. Oh yeah, that makes too much sense. This, that. And again, especially sometimes when you've done something for a period of time, and it's working, you get stuck in the fact that it's working. So you're not looking at improving it because you're looking at, no, it's working. So if it's working, why am I trying to fix it?
Exactly that.
Actually, then when you now hear, it could be working X amount better for like 10% effort, you're now getting 30% more output. It's like, wow, that makes sense.
Absolutely. I think it just goes to probably what we said on the podcast a few times, that I think in everything, right, you need to get out of your mind that perfect exists, right? And you need to get 1% better every day. And do you know the reason why I love the saying 1% better every day? Because 1% better every day doesn't actually mean that you make your way up to 100. Right?
Yeah.
It's just 1% more, 1% more. And
exactly.
that can go on in perpetuity, innit? So I think that it's super, super important to just know that perfection doesn't exist. It's in business, in employment, even in relationships, right? Like, I think that if you feel that you have a perfect relationship, that's where you stop trying. Whereas all relationships are meant to be nurtured constantly. So it's something that I live by and I swear by.
No, I'm with you on that, because I think to myself, when I started doing videos, like, I remember how much I used to have a script. I remember how much, and I used to think those videos bang. If I look back now, I'd probably be embarrassed. I could probably never, ever put out the content that I used to put out now, because to me, the level is so low.
Yeah.
But at that time, that was the best it could be.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And I did so much effort. And now I don't even put in anything close to the effort. Sometimes I don't even have a script. I just have an idea and I press record and I just start talking. And then we put it on the internet and it does well.
Yeah.
Whereas them times I'm there, I used to have a social media company I used to speak to. We used to sit down, think of ideas. And then I didn't even know how to upload. So I used to go to their studio, film. They'd upload it for me, and then I had to learn how to upload, how to do hashtags, how to add people. Do you understand? The cost was crazy.
We thank God for change, boy.
So
I said he didn't know how to upload. That's crazy.
bro, because I wasn't even on all that. So, but the point is that it's never perfect, right? So
Yeah.
you're always evolving, you're always getting better. Like that's why I love that. I love that the Burna Boy tune, Dangote. I listen to that every time I need charger, I just play that song. Because if a man like Dangote is still out here trying to find money, he's still trying to find ways to make money.
Yep.
And he's a billionaire.
Yep.
One of the richest black man on the planet. And he's still out here.
Yep.
Chasing, making corrections,
Yep.
doing business deals, having dinners, meeting, networking. What am I doing? What am I doing?
Bro, Dangote is on time for meeting and you think that you could be late and the person will get it. Yeah, but the train was something. Or,
Come on.
Yeah, but my Oyster card didn't work. We need to wake up and just smell the coffee.
Bro, when I play that tune, the kids know that tune off by heart, bro.
I swear.
I bang that tune. It rings in my head, man. It rings in my head, bro. Don't ever stop. Don't ever feel like, oh, it's too much, or you know what? There's always something that you can improve. Don't ever get comfortable, because man that are billionaires for a reason.
Facts.
Because they're not staying comfortable. They're always looking for room for improvement.
Facts. But Eman, I wanted to bring something to your attention, right?
Come on.
I don't know if you've seen it, but Mr. Money Jar, Timmy, big up Timmy, put up a post and said that what if, well, he stated the amount of Black, British, African and Caribbean are in the UK, right? And basically did some figures to state that if everybody dropped, I think it was £200 a month for a year, or £200 a year, I can't remember which one it was. Anyways, if they dropped a sum, it will come to a fund of about 1 billion, right?
Yeah.
And that could be used for Black people to forward our advances, or to help us fill the gaps, because those gaps are evident, right?
Yeah.
So there's a number of things that we can speak on about that topic. I can let you know what some of the comments mentioned as said as well. But I don't know if you saw the comment where you were added.
No, I didn't see the comment I was added. I get added a lot in a lot of videos, so the things get a lot. I didn't see the comment I was added, but big up to me, because you know what? One thing I'd say is to do the research takes time.
Yeah,
because a lot, especially for the Black community, it's not just written for you.
Yeah,
you gotta go to white papers.
What?
Like you gotta go to white papers. If people know what this big document.
And sometimes you have to stitch two datas together as well.
You gotta sit down. You gotta read it, and again, sometimes the stats are in different white papers.
Yeah.
So you read one white paper and get this, and then get another. And then you have to read another one and get that. And then sometimes, especially for our community, the stats are not necessarily it's not necessarily fully correct, because sometimes they do include people that are mixed race, sometimes they don't include people that are mixed race, and so it depends that people identify in different ways. So what he's been able to do takes a lot of time.
Facts.
And that's why I'm glad that it got good reception and it got good reach, because trust me, that 1 minute, I don't even know how long, 1 minute, 2 minute clip probably took days, if not weeks, of research to really break it down, and then to be able to get into easily understood for everybody.
Yeah,
it's not easy. So big up to me on doing that.
Yeah, facts. And someone commented on it and said that we should get Eman Asuko and urban financier Franklin Asante to manage the fund, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I chuckled, right? I'll tell you what, I chuckled as well. It's encouraging. How do I say it? It's encouraging, but it's quite funny as well.
Yeah.
That the power that creators hold.
Yeah.
Because generally speaking, even for yourself, Eman, you might not have been thinking straight away that creators are the people that are going to handle a £1 billion fund for Black people in the UK, right? But at the same time, right, a lot of the comments were speaking about Black Lives Matter. And the things that happened with George Floyd and all the money raised from that, and the fact that all of the money around that went missing. And for creators that have been creating for a long time, and I'll say that I chuckled first in it, because it's kind of like, why? It's interesting, because for those people, I'm thinking is that our creators the only finance people you know, but it also shows how important creators are to people. That's the first thing. The second thing is that creators have a level of responsibility as well, and accountability. People really know where to find you.
They really know where to find you.
They really know what your wife's name is.
Yeah, and they know your face, they know your kids.
They know your face, they know your kids, right? And maybe the problem with BLM and all these other funds is that they gave it to Dr. XYZ with bare letters at the end of their name, and you met them for the first time there and then, and you never heard of them again.
Exactly.
And the money's gone because they know that you're never going to find them again. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's important. I always use the example, like, if you ask people here in the UK who's the number one financial advisor in the UK, they'd say Martin Lewis, and and he gives great advice and great guidance and so forth, but he's not a qualified financial advisor.
There you go.
So it's one of those things where
Very interesting, that, isn't it?
yeah, it shows the power
crazy.
of being a creator.
Yeah.
Like, if you're creating content and you're talking about a certain topic, people know who you are.
Yeah.
Like, people don't know who the fund manager of the BlackRock Fund or the fund manager of
Yeah.
Aviva or Legal and General, or even the fund manager. A lot of us talk about the S&P 500. Do you know who's the fund manager of the Vanguard S&P 500? No, but you put your money in it because some creator told you that you should put your money in it. So even when it comes to the creator's not even managing that money.
Yeah.
There's a fund manager at Vanguard who's managing that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and looking after it and making sure that everything is working well. But actually, you don't know the names of the fund manager of that, but you know the creator that told you to go and put your money in Vanguard. So it just goes to show the power of creators and why they're so important. Because, like you said, there's someone that you see on your timeline every single day. They speak to you. That you've met them in real life.
Yeah.
Especially with me, people, you see me on the television, and that's, again, one of the things that help is that a lot of people can go viral on social media, but when you've now got social proof that actually, look, BBC, ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5, Sky News, all of these other brands have worked with this person, they must know what they're doing. They must be real. It gives the credibility.
It gives it credibility. And so much so that, like, if you are putting your money into something, and I guess that the idea of this tweet that was posted is that it's something for the people.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want it to be someone that and a lot of people that are also going into the fund at least know of, right? Because I guess with these other examples, which we'll get onto a bit later, really no one knew the money, knew where the money, because there would have been people, black people in the UK, investing into Black Lives Matter US.
Yeah.
There's no way they knew who was, or for some people, there's no way they knew or heard of the people that were managing that particular fund, right?
And it's a big difference. So, like you said, a lot of the time when you see who they're giving this money to, these people are their PhD doctors and so forth. But that's all online, bro. That's what you studied. You studied something. That doesn't mean that you know how to manage money. That doesn't mean you know the difference between that you're the best person to pick what assets are needed. Like, you just understand the theory behind it.
Yeah.
Where actually there are people who are investing every single day for their clients, and those people are in a much better position to say what you should be putting your money into and what you shouldn't be putting your money into. Now, again, sometimes it might even necessarily mean that, you give it to, like, me and Franklin, but maybe you have a board.
Yep.
And me and Franklin are on that board, as well as other people within the community that are trusted. And so before any decision can be made, the board have to come together. And so that board is then held accountable, so that if investments go wrong, you're not looking for one person. You've got a board of people that are helping the people that are running it day to day, but the people that run it day to day don't get to pick where that goes. Even they don't get to pick their salaries. They don't get to pick bonuses. They don't get to pick who hires. That should all be done externally. Because what happened? We've seen it with these people. You hire all your brethren, all your family members, put them all on salaries. That money's all just coming back into your family.
Yeah.
But the money wasn't for you.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? The money was for the community. And let's be honest, Black Lives Matter, not just in America, but here in the UK, I don't know what's different. I don't know how they've shaped or helped or supported the black experience here in the UK.
Yeah.
Again, in America, I don't want to talk about it. I don't watch American news and see what they do. But here in the UK, I can't see it. We've had other things where, they've done stuff in the name of the black community. How much times have we seen the value that we can say, okay, like something like what Stormzy did? We know that in Croydon there's a pitch there where you can play football. We know also there's a VR room there where they can learn about tech and gaming, and they not only just play games, but how to build games, how they can learn about getting into coding and all of this stuff. We know there's a music studio there. So again, that underprivileged people from underprivileged backgrounds can get access to if they want to make music and so forth. They've got a safe space that's available. It can be hired. It can be used for other events. It can be discounted in order to make sure that it's accessible to charities and so forth. People can get funding to use it. So, bro, I can see the benefit.
Yeah, it's tangible.
It's tangible.
It's there.
A lot of the time we're hearing, we've done some more. We've used your money to do some more research.
knew it.
Are you well?
That's a top one. Research.
Are you okay?
Research.
Bro, we've got real bills. Research that. Do you
Yeah,
understand? We've got
facts.
real issues that we're going through. Like our kids are out here killing one another, still seeing each other as their oppressor. We're here fighting ourselves, and you're out here doing research, talking about what the social climate looks like. Bro, we know where we're at.
Yeah.
We need action.
Yeah.
We need youth centers reopened, because guess what? That's where I was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And that's what kept me safe and not being on the streets and so forth.
Yeah.
We need empowerment. We need our own schools.
Yeah.
Because again, we have certain things in our community we want to teach our kids. We need our own schools. I see in other communities, they're buying old schools that are closing down, refurbishing them, and starting schools, faith schools in their religion, in their beliefs. These are the things that we need.
Yeah.
So that we can send our kids and they can learn in a way that suits them. We see what happens to our kids in education and how they're ostracized. These are the things you need. I don't need research.
Yeah. No, it's facts. It's facts. And I'm gonna go back to what I mentioned before about like the whole fact that creators can play a very positive and instrumental role in this. And I think that one of the reasons I chuckled was because the creative thing has come so far and developed into something completely different now.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that is that people still have like views on socials, right?
Yeah.
But if you do, you need to change your mindset because the world is changing around you and you don't know. Socials is now just media.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
It's not a game or a play thing. Like
Facts.
it's literally just media. And same way, if back on a day, a financial advisor was on television all the time and always in front of you, sometimes they can be more in front of you on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, or whatever it is. And if the companies respect that, then you need to respect it as well.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I'll say. But one of the things that we mentioned, right, that creator can offer is if they're qualified,
Yep.
if they're trusted. Trust is a massive thing in it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But also social proof as well, right? And I think that I guess with a creator, your social proof is just there. And we speak about, you spoke about the Stormzy thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a great example. Now, Stormzy isn't only a creator,
Yeah.
but the only way I know about Murky FC is Stormzy in his creator bag.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see it on Telegraph, I didn't see it on the news, I saw it on his Instagram when it was reposted what he is offering. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's the social proof of what he can and is doing, basically.
But what I'm saying for me, bro, is like you're talking about this money, but someone like Stormzy is showing that even with the limited resources that he has
As a sole individual.
Obviously, yes, he's got backers, he's got people that are supporting him. But why are they supporting him? Because of the brand that he's created.
Exactly.
They want to be associated to that brand. We see what he's using it to do.
Yep.
So this is somebody that when you're saying, I know they're saying me and Franklin, but they should be saying Stormzy, he's already doing it.
He's already doing it. Yeah.
So he's someone that, and again, sometimes one of the biggest problems is that you get this money and you want to do everything. Allocate. So what are the issues? Our kids are not, scholarships. Stormzy done that. Okay, so how do we get new relationships and get scholarships to other universities so we get access? Oh, books, getting publishing deals. How do we do that? Oh, in regards to jobs, apprenticeships. Do you know how hard it is to get an apprenticeship right now? So again, if you're from our community, it's even harder because people naturally, whether you're racist or you're not racist, naturally people are naturally more comfortable with people that look like them from similar backgrounds, share similar stories. That is human nature. That's just natural. So if the people in charge are making these decisions, then obviously we're going to see less. So if we can then go to companies and say, listen, we know that, right, we want more of us in the legal profession. So we're gonna give you the funding to hire people from our community to get that training. So now it's not a cost to you. All you have to do is provide them with the experience, the knowledge, and the qualification.
There you go.
Now it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Oh, we go to medical. Oh, we go to finance. Oh, we go to all these different tech, and we say, look, STEM, in science, whatever it may be, we know that these are spaces we want to get our young people in, but we understand that it's a cost to you as a business. There's an issue for you to be able to hire, and obviously you've got your own. So what we would like you to do is to have a space that you dedicate to people from our community, but we're going to pay for it. We're not going to rely on you to be a burden. We're going to pay for it from this fund.
Yeah.
These are the types of things that make difference. Now, again, you can't help everybody.
That's the next thing I was going to say, because with said fund, it was the idea that everybody contributes.
Yeah.
Now, when everybody contributes, everybody's gonna kind of want to see the needle moved in their lives,
That's the
which
problem.
is it's impossible, right? So how is that tackled?
That's the problem, though, bro. That is the fundamental issue
Yeah,
with what I see all the time is I put money in. How does it benefit me?
yeah,
You see, one thing I'd say with church, for example, like church, I go to church, I pay tithes, yeah, in church. Like I might watch church online, still pay my tithes.
mm,
I might not even have one-to-ones with the pastor. I still pay my tithes.
yeah.
Like I understand that the church might need to help people that need most help in
Yeah,
the church,
it's a great
and I'm
example.
not one of them.
Yeah,
I don't mind because I understand that people from with the same religious belief as me are benefiting, and that's why I contribute. Do you
mm,
understand? And if I was in a church where all the money was going to the pastor, all the money was going to the leadership, I wouldn't be in that church. I wouldn't contribute to that because
mm,
I want to know what are you doing on the ground. In fact, I also want to know what you do for people that are non-Christian as well.
mm,
What are the because for me, food banks, nurseries, we've got a big building
mm,
in a community. There should be a nursery in every church. Because
mm,
guess what? By helping the local community with something like childcare that we know is overpriced and we're able to discount it and we take no matter whatever religion you're in, what impact does that have?
yeah,
What does that say about us as Christians?
yeah, yeah,
These are the things that we should be focusing on. We
yeah,
shouldn't be focused on, oh, I need a new private jet so I can fly here and there. Or I need a bigger car. Or I need no. We should be thinking about what is the impact. And for me, if we're making impact, it doesn't have to be for me because what's for me, God will already provide.
yeah,
Do you understand? God's already because when the door opens for me and I get a promotion or I get a new job or I get a new deal, I still give my percentage to the church
facts.
and that benefits us all. Do you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
It's the same mentality we should have. Listen, we're giving to a fund. If we as black people, more of us rise, guess what? There's more examples.
yeah,
When there are more examples, I'll give you. Let me even take when it comes to doctors. Why do we see there are certain communities have penetrated, and it's got to the point where it's so normal for you to see a doctor from a certain community. It's so
mm,
normal for you to see a dentist from a certain community. But why is that when we're not in their country?
yeah,
Do you understand?
yeah,
Because they've proven time and time again they are good at what they do.
yeah,
So the more of us that we uplift in regards to finance, in regards to medicine, in regards to lawyers, the more we do, guess what? Now the more opportunity. As an employer, I'm more comfortable hiring people from that community because I have more social proof that people from that community can deliver the job.
yeah,
So it benefits us all because now your children now get qualified, they're more likely to get hired because there's more of them in that space.
yeah,
Because again, we all have stereotypes. We all have things that we've been told and taught, and society has made us think, whether it's the things that we watch, the communities that we're in. So the only way to break it down is for us to spread and be more. And the more successful examples of success we have, the better. That's why we're very comfortable giving footballers big deals from whatever.
yeah.
Uh,
From whatever country,
when
because
they,
it's been done before.
when Wenger was hiring all these men from Africa, these men was shouting up and down. When they started winning, everybody started buying it. No one complained
Yeah,
anymore.
it's not crazy for them to have crazy salaries, basically.
Exactly. So the point being is that yes, it's not all of us are gonna win from I've put 200 in. What's my thing I'm gonna get back? But as a community, we all move forward.
It's a great example you give him because the success of black people in sports, for example,
Yes,
is why a young mother and father are comfortable taking their child to football every single Sunday because they know that there's proof of
bro.
Raheem Sterling getting a bag, Vinicius Jr. getting the bag, Jude Bellingham getting a very, very heavy bag. Do you know what I'm trying to say? There's proof there. So literally what you say is that when we create these avenues for more and more people to get to these positions, it will have a domino effect. And we already see the domino effects as well, even in media, even in banking. Like the more we do it, the more we'll benefit from it. But you said you were saying
We
something.
see from what Rashford did in regards to school dinners. What did he do? He realized that in the summertime, he used to Manchester United. He used to even in the summertime, they used to go to Manchester United so he could get fed. He used to
Mm,
train it because his mum couldn't afford to feed the family, and so he used to get food for his family from Manchester United. And so, what did he do? He created a fund. The government backed it. Now there's food during this time because he's been through it. Look at Bukayo Saka. Just recently, 1,000 school uniforms
mm,
in where he's come from. I think he's North London. 1,000 kids got new school uniforms.
mm.
Do you know I almost cried? Do you know why? Because I know that probably for him, that might have been a trigger. That might have been an issue. Even if not for him, when he was growing up, he saw people that maybe didn't have school uniform.
Yeah.
They didn't have a new jumper. They were still coming to school with their ripped. And he said, "What can I do? I can make a difference." But what I'm saying is, if Bukayo Saka can do that to a community, what else can we do? If we put our money together, we could really make a difference.
Tangible
But the
outcomes.
problem is that and again, even Bukayo, like you said, because Bukayo Saka exists. Like, bruv, the other day I was watching something for England. It was like, no, I was watching something for Sky. Sky was saying that they've got however many games this season. Why is it Bukayo Saka's face? Of all the players that they've got that play in the Premier League, Bukayo Saka, the ends, is the person that they're using to say that, right, we've got all these games. This is the pin. This is who we think is the, when we say Premier League, this is who you think about.
And I don't want the point that Eman's making to go over your head, because we're not just saying, obviously they can cycle the faces, innit? But he's talking about penetration in football, right? There's not a investment banking report that goes out and the CEO of a black CEO is put on the report, on the face of the report. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It doesn't happen, right? And even like similar to your point, they'll talk about Rashford, who's on loan at Barcelona.
Come on.
In a different country, by the way. And when they're putting out media, they're putting out it with a low knee's face.
Come on.
They're saying that there's never been a low knee with this much aura before.
Come on.
This much juice. And it's true.
And what you said about the power of social media. He went on social media and said he wants to play with my man, the young Lamar. He went on a Spanish podcast and they said, who would you like to play with? He said, I'd love to play with Lamar at Barcelona. 3-4 weeks later, he's on loan at Barcelona. People are like, it's never going to happen. It happened. That is the power. Because number one, what they saw was how many shirts they'd sell. Yeah. They didn't realize it went viral.
Yeah.
And what are football they're businesses. And businesses think more money. Number one, Rashford's a sick player, and he's already shown in pre-season, in the few games that he's played, that he's a good player. He's going to come on. He's going to be a benefit. But also, now you're bringing all that media attention, all his following to your team, which is going to mean more shirt sales, more streams, more. You're going to be able to charge the television companies more to air your games, all because he's there. And it's like, this is power. This is what we're trying to talk about, is that actually, when we have money and we have influence, we can make a difference.
Facts.
But a lot of the time, we have the influence and we have a power to a certain degree, but we don't have the money. And so because we don't really control the money, other communities are leveraging our influence for their good.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
And we're not able to leverage it for our good. And so having a fund like that, look at Franklin. Bro, people don't understand. Do you know Coutts is the country's private bank, yeah?
Hey, and I've been seeing the ads recently.
You've been seeing the ads?
Yeah, bro, I'm liking them all the time when I see it.
For people that don't know, Franklin, that's my G. Like, no, from I've come into this thing, I've known Franklin. Like, he's a down to earth, very, very good guy. We even meet on giving back a lot. We go to a lot of these school events and give back, and I meet him there. Do you know what I mean? Franklin works at Coutts, yeah? Coutts. Like, basically, me and Franklin do the same thing, but I do it for high net worth people up to like maybe 10, 15 million. Franklin's average client will be really like 20 million plus. Do you know what I mean? He's talking real ultra high net. Remember the Queen, now the King, but they bank with Coutts, yeah?
Yeah.
Franklin went from being just an advisor, like a similar private banking financial advisor. Franklin is head of the sports division.
I think he's head of entrepreneurs now.
Entrepreneurship, yeah.
Entrepreneurship.
So he went to the heads of sport, now he went to head of entrepreneurship. That's how he got the deals with Creps and stuff and all of that, and Nyla's Baby and all of the. He's able to, bro, do you know what it is for Habas? These are men that we should be uplifting.
It's crazy though, like, we talk all this talk, and this is the ethos of this episode. Like, we're of a similar mindset. So I remember when that ad came on my thing, Coutts Bank, like you say, Eman, Coutts Bank, the bank of all banks. When you're a young bull with, I won't say another normal bank here, but when you're a young bull, you're thinking, yeah, Coutts is where it's at, bro. So an ad is coming on my phone, paid for by said bank, and it's got the face of one of us, bro. Franklin's there, his full name, head of entrepreneurs, bro. How can you see that and not think that, yeah, this is sick? Look, listen, this is sick for, most importantly, our community, sick for Franklin, but people don't understand it's sick for you as you're looking at it as well.
And also, he's a man that's on socials, giving back putting the information out there. Like it's so powerful. Let me tell you something. I work for NatWest. So after I left Barclays, I went through a few banks. I worked at NatWest. NatWest owned Coutts.
Yeah.
Or part of NatWest
RBS
RBS
Group.
RBS Group.
Yeah.
Bro, you see Coutts, yeah. You see when clients come into the branch and they're Coutts. Like obviously you see that money as a financial advisor you want to approach. Bro, your access is denied, bro. you can't even like as much as they're in the bank, as much as they cannot work with you. They've got to work with their own advisors. Do you understand? It's another level. They're ring fenced. These are ring fenced clients. Even though they're walking in your branch all regularly, you can't mess with them. This guy's head
of entrepreneurs
went to head of sports. He was head of sports. Like remember all the footballers, all that. He was the head of that. He did that so well. They said, "Wow, we want you head of entrepreneurship." Because of that, now he's got deals. He's leveraging £1 million deals. He's getting finance into our community for business ideas. He's leveraging social into business, which is what what's the Gymshark? That's what they did.
Yeah.
Gymshark leveraged socials, created a community with a product, and boom.
Yeah.
They didn't need the buildings that Nike need. They don't need all the costs. They don't have the costs that Nike have.
I remember when they were building it, it's like Gymshark's not only a clothing brand, it's like a movement.
It's a movement.
They moved away from the clothing and then created like a community.
And now we're seeing that as the way forward. And this is why a lot of, no disrespect to any of these other brands, we're seeing Nike struggling. Their sales are down. Again, if you look at stocks, their sales are down. They're making less. Obviously, they're going to start closing stores. They're going to start using partners more and have less. Well, this is what we saw with brands like Toys R Us. Bro, no one's on the high street, bro.
Yeah.
No one's on the high street. We're seeing big brands on Oxford Street reduce their footfall, close their branches because there's no footfall.
Some of them will never close though. You know why though?
That's another thing. That's another thing. They can make losses.
They might have one customer all week, bro. They're still running the same as 20 years ago.
But and the shop is stocked. There's no gaps. You know, you go in Marks, you go in supermarket. There's gaps. This thing, there's no gaps. Everything is full to the brim. So yeah, but the point being is that if we had these types of things, imagine we start having our own shops.
Yeah.
We start having our own restaurants.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things is hair and beauty. We now can compete with the other communities that sell to us in our community.
Bulk buy, we distribute to all of them, basically. Somewhere, one-stop shop, basically.
Exactly.
And this is the things that a board can decide, right? A board can decide the areas that we want to go into. Is it retail? Okay, in retail, what we're going to specialize in? Let's specialize in hair care, skincare, and something else. Okay, what next are we going to go into? Careers and But
there's things like Jammy, for example. Have you heard of Jammy?
Yes.
So that's a card that is attached to black businesses. So if you got that card, you get discounts, and you can if you want to find a black business, you've got a list of black businesses. So imagine now. You now partner with brands like Jammy, so now everybody gets a Jammy card
with a credit,
and now they're able to then use that card to go and get. Now because you've got money, you can give them credit facility.
A credit on it.
You give them money to go and spend in our community. On our products,
which will make the businesses employ more people.
Bro, do you understand? It's not that these things don't exist; it's that they exist in silos. They exist on their own. So having a fund like that is now, how do we distribute? How do we pump it? How do we get it in there? Also, then we've got, people that are dealing with America. And then if we had that kind of fund, America would support it. They'd even probably match, because what's $1 billion in America? If in the type of funds that they've got, the type of money they're able to raise. I had in America, when we created something like Black Financial, like a thing for Black financial advisors, accountants in the UK. And I had the American version. They had an American version. Reach out. So, yo, yeah, we want to help and support. You want to invite you out to our event. Come out to our event, and then from there, see what we're doing, bro. And then I want to introduce you, because obviously, like Morgan Stanley over here, there's Morgan Stanley there. We can put pressure for the American one, can put pressure on the British one to fund you guys. Do you know how much funding they get? Do you know how much support we get over here? I was like, what?
Crazy. Morgan Stanley,
like loads of banks. They're like JP Morgan, all these banks support them out there. They're like, once we've got a connection, a relationship, we can do pressure. What happened? Because there wasn't money, like people stopped. Everything was done for free. Then when your life picks up, you can't put the time needed to do it, because you need to put that time into paying bills. So again, having a fund means that people can focus on lifting these things up, so we can have these types of stuff. So to me, the fund thing is amazing. But let's talk about the real issue: trust.
Yeah, trust. When it comes to trust, like you said something which can't be ignored, right? problems that we would face in it.
Yeah.
I always tell people that there's nuances to problems that exist, but every problem that exists in this world has been a problem before.
Yeah.
Why do I say that now? The problem with trust exists in a company, and you already gave the answer. How companies go across that is that they have boards.
Yeah.
They have CEOs that do the day-to-day, but they can't do certain things without the
Exactly.
approval of a board. And board members have opposing views as well. So they all have to come into an agreement before
Yeah.
something's done. The other thing with board members is that to be a board member, you might have had to go through certain screening to understand your, use a word in America, moral turpitude or something like
Come on.
that. Turpitude or something like that. Like to make sure that you're a stand-up person in
Yeah.
the community. Like you haven't got any crimes that have to do with dishonesty and or theft or deceit or anything like that. And I think stuff like that is super, super important because it just means that we have and things to be publicly available as well.
Yeah.
So what we're looking to spend the money on, how we're looking to spend it, has it been approved by everybody in the board, what the timelines are supposed to be and something and so on and so forth. And I think that the board just works so well because somebody's views are going to be represented
Yeah.
in a board. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And we're not talking about a board of people that know each other because they're likely going to be having the same views, right?
Yeah.
Board of people from different industries, different backgrounds, different communities, basically. And for that reason, someone who is putting their £200, right, is a good chance of their view being represented at the highest level of that
Exactly.
company.
Exactly.
And someone is representing what their views are on how to spend this £1 billion, basically. So I really do think that's the answer.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I think, like what you're saying in regards to like when you really deep it, for me, what it really shows is that the power is there. Because we always talk about black tax and so forth, but imagine if we were putting £100 a month, like we just knew as people, we have this community fund that we put £100 a month in and it's invested for on our behalf and we can vote. We can all vote, just like how you have the national election. We can all vote on the things that we want to see be done. And so the board can come up with the ideas of here's the top 5 things or 10 things that we're thinking about potentially doing. Vote on which ones you think we should focus on. And then now you've had your voice to say, okay, these are the ones that we think we should focus on. And then things like, if we needed a grant, we can allocate. How much of the funds do we allocate for grants each year? So, grants for these, what are the purposes? We voted. These are the purposes of the grants. So these are the things that we think we really need in our community. These are what we want to support. So we're giving away grants. Oh, business loans. Okay, now we've got the Pentecostal Credit Bank now. We've got Jamaica National Bank. So we've got banks in our community. So now we can partner with them and give them funding to give loans to reduce their risk. So they're more comfortable to give out that loan, even if the credit's not perfect or whatever, because they're not having to use their own money. But they're doing the right assessments and checks. And agreed. So now we're helping fund them. So now there's a place for us to go if you're a business to get funding. Do you know what I mean? We can partner and do this, and it's every year.
Yeah.
So that billion isn't like, oh, that billion comes and it's gone. It's every year we're contributing on a regular basis. So this money is coming back into our. Eventually, you will benefit. Eventually, you might not see it day one or year one, but over the 10, 20 years it happens, you're gonna benefit from it.
Facts. And even if that just means that there's more black people at higher positions, higher levels, it could mean that your children are more likely to get a job in said positions,
Exactly.
in said companies. One thing that some people may say online and what some of the comments said is that why should there be a black fund just for black people? Like why is that a thing, right? So I'll let you break it down. I'll give my points on it.
For me, it's why should you care?
Yeah.
If you're not
The
black,
second
why do you care about what? Why would you care?
thing. Yeah,
Like,
facts.
if a certain group want to put their money together, why should you care?
Yeah.
Or it's not illegal.
Yeah.
They're not hurting anybody. They're not doing it. So why would you care? Like, number one. Number two, a lot of the time there are things in other communities that are being done. Do you know what I mean? For example, like I said, when I went to uni, I had people from Asia that were saying that their government paid for their degree
Crazy.
for them to come to the UK.
Yeah.
And once they get the qualification, their job is to go back and take senior positions in companies back there so that can get better.
There you go.
And there's no loan, there's no debt. They just have to get the right grades. So the point being is that there are loads of different things in other communities that's available. In the UK, we're seeing people say, look, we don't want immigrants because they're taking benefits, and that money should go to us. So you have a system where you're saying that money should go to you. That you want that money to go to you.
Yeah.
So why would you not want a system as a community? Why would we not want a system where we put money in and we want that money to come for us?
Exactly.
And then we're not relying on you then.
Yeah.
Is that not better? Is that not what you want less of your taxpayer money or government money going into our community for our then allow us to create something that we can stand for ourselves, that we can lean on ourselves, so we don't have to lean on your society, on your government tax money, so that you then have more of it for yourself and the things that you want to do. Hence why a lot of you voted for Brexit.
No, facts. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. My main answer was, why do you care? The second thing is that it's evident that, like, when it comes to like the wealth gap and things like that,
Yeah.
Black people are behind. So this is us taking action to fill that gap, quite simply.
Bro, think about that. If even now we've got developers, like we've got loads of people that do developments and so forth. Imagine we could give them and say, look, actually, there's quite a lot of us that live in this area that can't get on the property ladder. Let's build houses, cheap rent, or let them pay certain rent. Part of their rent gets saved for them to go back so that they can buy the house of the future
at set price.
at a set price that we agree on. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So now we're creating stuff to benefit our community.
Yeah. No, it's facts. It's facts. So I think that kind of answers the question. I think that it
Yeah.
would be a good idea in any form that it comes in, right? And I think that it's something to kind of like move the needle, because I feel like within our community, especially for us to operate in this space, we're kind of fed up of like the talking and the lack of action. And I understand that there's trust issues because it's been tried in other places, right? But I think that we've kind of covered what could be done around trust, and these are things that weren't done in other countries, right?
Exactly.
And I think that we spoke about BLM taking money or whatever it is, but it doesn't only happen in BLM. Like, sometimes someone's dog gets run over, they do a GoFundMe, £40,000 raised, and then all of a sudden the owner of the GoFundMe is gone.
Bro, the biggest thief was Madoff, and he went from no BLM. Do you understand? And so, yeah, man are stealing people's pension funds. Even here in the UK, that happened.
Yeah.
They stole people's pension funds. That's why there's a lot of people that don't like to invest in pensions because of what's happened in the past.
Yeah.
So people will be criminal no matter what community
Yeah.
they're in. Like,
Yeah.
they get an opportunity and they take it for themselves because people are selfish. So we can't judge everybody based on what a lot of people would do in certain situations. Do you know what I mean?
And have done in history, right?
And done in history. So what we have to do is have a more moral compass, like you said, have a board, not assign it to one person, because any one person can be infiltrated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can be, but when it's a board, when they are voted, when there are votes, when there's more people involved in the process, it makes it harder for people to then think about their own. And if we see that people are doing stuff that's only for their benefit, we get rid of them, put other people in power.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Absolutely. And I think that you said something which can't be ignored as well, which is that any one person can be infiltrated. And I think that's a super, super important point, because when somebody has like unrivaled power,
Yeah.
they won't even know themselves that they're changing.
Yeah, of course.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? All of a sudden, they've just got used to speaking to people anyhow, got used to doing things without signing it off, getting it signed off by anybody. Then all of a sudden, you'll just find that they're just making mad decisions, basically.
Exactly.
And that's where a lot of these things stemmed from. So that makes perfect sense. But guys, in the comments, let us know what things that you would add. What sauce, what special spice would you add to make this thing successful? And how would you use the money? If there's one thing that you would use the money for, try and be specific as well, right? One thing that you would use the money for that would be welcomed by the community, but B, impact a large amount of people in the community over time as well. That'd be very good to hear.
Yeah, man, it's big. So what's your W&L? Go on.
My W&L of the week is that it was my niece's 1-year-old party.
Yeah.
Amazing. Time flies when kids are involved, isn't it?
Yeah.
My niece turned 1. We had a sick party, bro. For the people that saw on the socials, the party entertainers, well, my brother and his wife threw a sick party, and they had a foam party with like flashing lights and stuff like that. So it was a peak 1-year-old party. L of the week. Um, Obviously, I'm in London at the moment for a long period of time. It sounds like a mad L, but some people will get it, right? So I've said that I want to pack. I don't want to pack too heavy in it.
Mm.
So I've got a foldable screen from Dell that serves as a second screen. And sometimes we're just doing too much. I said, yeah, I'm not going to pack it. So my rucksack is light. Bro, every day I wish I had that screen, bro. It's been peak. That's my L of the week, bro. Because this week I could have really done with it. So that's been my L.
I think the big W for me is with the course. We're on track to have our first 30K month with the course, and I just like to share these things. I feel like it's so important for you to understand that if you build an audience, if you build trust, if you lead with value, you will change people's life and change your life at the same time. And like the best part about this course is the testimonies, people having the change, people having the accountability. People say, I've been looking for something like this for years. Bro, I've been too scared to put it out for years, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because there's such a negative connotation when it comes to course, and so to be able to help and support people. And again, for me, is that now I'm not relying on brand deals. I'm not relying on TV or anything like that. How I can look after and feed my family is in my own hands, and I think that's really powerful. So if you've got a skill, you've got a talent, don't be scared to monetize it. Look at ways that you can really level it up, because you can change other people's lives and offer value to them, but then also change your life at the same time. So that's a big W for me. I said L. I think L. I think I just been the days have been long, bro. Like when the days have been long. Like because obviously you're doing the course, adding the value there, helping your community. I've got the other community I'm still looking after. I've got one-to-ones. I've got the business. I've got the financial advice business that we're doing. I've got books for talks and speaking gigs. Do you know what I mean? We got the kids at home at the same time, so I need to take them out. I've got a wife that I need to try and take some pressure off her. Like, bro, I can't lie, bruv. But the amount of times that I've literally fell asleep on the couch because I'm just typing away, and I just get, before I know, I wake up 6 in the morning. I've literally just slept like and then you look at the time, you think about what you got to do in a day. Literally brush your teeth and come back. Like I've spent almost 5 days straight just sitting at this laptop,
Yeah, it's
going
mad
back and
thing.
forth. My watch is begging me to stand up. My watch is begging me, go for a walk, do your steps. And so it's just like it can get on top, because you have your plan for the day, and then during the day new
These
things are
things
come.
happen. Oh, bro.
Ah.
Listen. I know it too well, bro. I know it too well.
So yeah, that's been an L for me. I think I'm now at the point where I've got to delegate more,
Yeah.
even more. So now I just got to get more people involved. Yeah, more staff involved. And that reminds me, if you do social media, if you're good at social media, if you're good at creating ideas and you've got a passion for finance, whatever, reach out to me.
Yeah.
I need some help and support. And if you watch the podcast, you understand what we're talking about. So I'd love to have someone that someone that listens to the podcast reach out to me, because I need someone to help me with the social media.
Facts. Guys, that's been us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below if you have any input on what we've discussed and how you would spend that money. And we'll see you in the next one.
See,
Peace.
blessings.